Welcome back to round of 32. Today between DraCoNT and Feanor. You can see the draft here. Malaya has expand, Italians and Burmese. We won't see those either. Let's go into the first game, and we have DraCoNT actually playing in purple as the Mayans, and we have Feanor playing in yellow as the Magyars. He's gonna stable up. Expected DraCoNT doesn't really have a stable up. He's not on stone either. Should be interesting. We'll play some of the castle age. Let's go for the maps quickly. Don't really know how these games went. I know who won in the end, but that's the only spoiler I could give you, which I'm not. And I guess most of you have seen the games already, or possibly Works coming up actually. I guess DraCoNT smells like, oh, there's going to be a stable, so I may need some spearmen. We have the main gold from forward, second and third gold forward outside. We have the main stone, the second stone safe in the back. This is nice for mains to get castles up. And actually 2 extra golds, which DraCoNT did scout, very good for him. One relic quite close, the second relic not so far away. This wood line actually pretty thin here, could be attacked later on, but he's got a few safe wood lines here in the back, or a large one, let's go like that. Let's go for a little bit of a scout fight here between both players. Who's going to win this? Looks like... yeah, don't pick a fight with a Magyar scout. That's basically a mistake, because +1 for free, and as soon as the castle age hits, +2 for free. We have the third gold outside, or the second and third gold outside actually, for Feanor. Main stone forward. We have the second stone safe in the back, and the main gold on the side, somewhat backish. A little bit of space to boom if you would need it. But on the map, not too good, not too bad either. Monastery coming up for Feanor, and also Monastery coming up from DraCoNT, who's going for 1 TC right now. Actually on the wood line here in the back. Could have gone for 1 on the wood line and that stone. I would have preferred to see this, but oh well. And we're going to see another TC, not at this point. Barracks, second barracks actually coming up. The few Eagle Scouts getting produced. Wheelbarrow on the way, because he's housed. Light Cav upgrade for Feanor here, and that means Feanor is going to go aggressive, but go for 2 extra TCs. Wow, 1 on the wood line and the main gold, I like the spot, and another TC on the wood line. Looks like a good start here for Feanor actually. And DraCoNT of course doing wheelbarrow to get that idle time from the TC, or to overpass that idle time. And now he's got enough houses, and there's 1 monk and at least 4 eagles already, but 6 against 5 military units. So those Light Cav actually are going to do good to get map control in. And we're going to see a little bit of fight for the relic probably. For the relics, there's 1 and 2 close to the base from Feanor, and the last one here in the neutral zone. We are going to see minor fights. I'm expecting at least DraCoNT still on 2 TCs. Maybe it's going to stay on 2, it's possible. And now a lot of Eagle Scouts coming out to fight a lot of Light Cav, and I think 1 or 2 spears would be a very good addition. Like this monk is in danger of actually going to die, because he had a Light Cav moving there immediately. That was not a good monk. Eagle Scouts out of play here, and Feanor is going to take the fight, to move away probably. Managed to take down 1 monk here. In the meantime, Feanor going with the first relics in. He's got 1 already. Now DraCoNT going with this 3rd TC as well on that wood line here, and a few more farms coming up, a few houses as well. So minor fights in the castle age. I think nothing really important, except they're going to see 1 player or the other boom a little bit faster. Like here, Feanor is a few villages ahead, 5 actually doing loom now. And those Eagle Scouts are just running after those Light Cav. Now a few knights coming in, and that means the Eagle Scouts will go down. Good job here for Feanor. Is invested a little bit into military units, of course, but he's still ahead with the villagers. His economy should look decent at least. Yeah, a good amount of farms up actually. And now that Siege Workshop coming up in a forward position. As for DraCoNT, he's going for Eagle Warrior and Scale Mill Armor, so he knows, okay, I may need to fight this in Castle Age. Taking the main gold with a lot of villagers, could actually go for a mining camp on the other side as well. And maybe I should consider starting to go for stone to get a castle up eventually. But for now, he's gonna say, okay, I'm going to boom a little bit more. I'm going to try and fight this. A Siege Workshop in the middle may be a little bit annoying for DraCoNT later on, but it shouldn't make the big difference. There is first mangonel, no, not coming out, only now on the way. And a few more relics coming in, that's big actually. So Feanor bought his way up to 5 relics, investing a lot into knights here. Look at this, Feanor is still sending more and more knights, +2 attack of course for free. Eagle Warrior is moving out, but now going back immediately. And no defensive upgrades, so for now that's only Bloodlines knights. At least the Bloodlines is done. DraCoNT also low on resources, because he's investing into Eagle Warrior still. He's producing a lot of them actually. He's got the +1 defense, +1 attack. And, ooh, yeah, that's not the settings we want to see. A relic victory is not gonna happen, we'll take them out, makes sense, but it's 190 years to the relic victory, and of course we can see, or DraCoNT should be able to see the monastery now. It's the Fog of War. I can see where the monastery is. This is actually a bit of an advantage for him, and of course if Feanor would actually forget to drop the relics out this game, probably would need to be replayed, because the conquest win is a condition for this game to be legitimate. Now a few mangonels and scorpions actually waiting, and we are going to see a lot of knights and a few light cav moving in. There is 2-3 monks, maybe it's 2 of them. I think that was 2 conversions. But those scorpions are going to do a hell of a lot of damage. We are going to see a big castle age fight now, actually. I like to see this. Not a standard wait for impure age boom stuff. Mangonels are going to do a little bit of damage as well. And looks like, wow, DraCoNT calling GG here. Feanor taking this game in castle age. DraCoNT did not go for plumed archers. Maybe a mistake here, because right now I can see Conquerors going in early on and are not going to be stopped by Eagle Warriors only. So DraCoNT losing the first game to Magyar's Castle Age Knights. Nice game, let's go to game 2. Now DraCoNT should try and win game 2, because 2-0 behind, that would be huge. We have Turks and Slavs left for Feanor. DraCoNT with Britons and Berbers. Let's go in, and we are having a Slavs against Berbers warrior actually. Should be interesting to see what players on the way feudal age. This map could be considered bugged in a few ways. Actually, this was closed, so in the back, the second stone wasn't accessible to Feanor before, but I guess he saw that he had his food and most of the resources inside his base or close to his base, so we'll be fine. Main stone actually forward, third gold outside, second gold forward outside, and main gold somewhat forwardish. That means only the second stone safe in the back, but he's got a little bit of space to boom. So he would get rushed. He could actually fall behind on that, fall back to that. Now Market Blacksmith coming up for him. Apparently no barracks or stables in this game, which is interesting. Let's go for Feanor. He's with the Berbers. Is he on stone? No, not yet actually. Main gold for him. On the side, somewhere in the back here, we have the second gold safe in the back. This main stone, I don't know, could it be considered bugged? Maybe technically, not sure. Also the third gold is somewhat bugged around. I guess this is not technically bugged, but no player called for an admin restart. And actually DraCoNT getting a stable up here and going to Castle Age first. 2 villagers in gold, a bit of a scout fight happening, and Feanor are actually going to win this. What else do we have on the map? 1 relic here close, a second relic close. We have 1 extra gold here. Another relic in the neutral zone, extra berries. Is there another extra gold? Yes, here on the bottom. There's 1 relic a little bit closer to Feanor. He's got 1 relic really close to his base. This one is close to DraCoNT, of course. I don't see an extra stone for now. Maybe I just missed it. That's possible. Or is this extra stone in the bases somewhere? Is that an extra stone for Feanor? I don't think so. Now we are waiting for something to happen. Obviously, Sanctuary coming in from Feanor has got 2 monasteries up, so he's going for some sort of monk rush here, or at least monk defense, I guess. And DraCoNT, the stable, obviously went for scouts, doing light cav now, and 3 TCs up and running. This TC not too far away from the main stone. This TC deep in the wood lines, cannot build too many farms around, but it's going with the mill actually, so it's not a big problem. And he's starting to collect the relics. Now we are going to see a few converted light cav here, I guess, or is it scouts that got converted? Actually scouts for now, and the light cav upgrade done. So Feanor needs to be careful, but with 2 monks and 2 scouts he should be able to get at least that relic in, and he should be able to get this one as well. DraCoNT can see all the relics, can see all the map. Feanor can see this relic too, he should be able to get it. 1050 population actually. The 3 TCs probably up and running, yes. 2 in the back wood lines here and that 1 main TC. With 5 villagers on the main gold and still going with a few monks actually. And there's still light cav on the field. This monk should die. Oh, not without a conversion. Good job here. And this monk is probably going to die because Feanor saw it and going down. So Feanor actually not able to pick up this relic. Looks like DraCoNT was faster, but the problem is there's 2 scouts moving in. And this monk is going down. Wow. Send another monk. DraCoNT, you need to send that fast. You got 2 relics already. Do we want to have the relic advantage? We need to go for those, but at this point DraCoNT apparently not with a monk on the field. Big fight happening again, but that's 2 conversions, and DraCoNT actually a bit unlucky, losing 3 light cav at least. That means Feanor is able to be gonna be able to take 3 relics probably. Now DraCoNT is a little bit ahead in villagers. Stone mining, gold mining come in. DraCoNT only now doing wheelbarrow. Not sure about Feanor. Did he do it already? I don't really know. didn't pay too much attention. And I guess both players are gonna aim for Imperial Age really soon. DraCoNT soon to be there with the resources, taking the main stone now, so we'll be fine. He actually opened the walls, didn't really need to, but maybe thought he could go around. It's not happening for now. Handcard coming in for Feanor, so he had wheelbarrow and a lot of food in the bank already, going up to Imperial Age first, but I guess not by a lot because, yeah, DraCoNT has the resources. Does he have the buildings? There is one monastery up. Do we see university or a siege workshop? No, and that's the reason he's not going up. Finally, he's recognized this, going with the university. Is he on main stone? Yes. The second stone, rest that was outside, he's not taking that. And of course, Feanor has the map control for now. Treadmill crane coming in. This could be interesting. What is Feanor's plan here, actually? I mean, Slavs, like siege rams, halberdier, it's always an option, I guess. They got good siege, they have good infantry. Boyars, don't expect them, but in theory it's possible. We do see a few forward buildings, actually 2 siege workshops, a lot of barracks, and the pikeman upgrade is done. So while both players are on the way to Imperial Age, Feanor is saying, let's conquer the middle, let's go there, let's try to take map control. The first castle on the way for DraCoNT, and Onager upgrade now coming in from Feanor immediately. Not going for rams at this point, but the Onagers. And those light cav should be able to take down at least the monk. Yes, Mangonel actually stayed up. Man-at-Arms coming in Imperial Age, of course, soon to be done. Scaled mail armor and plate mail armor for Feanor. Few pikemen went inside. Ooh, they should just fight here, take down the light cav. But the gate again going closed. No swordsmen and squires against the halberdiers. I like the idea to go with standard infantry against the pikemen, but look at this. Onager cut on the right hand side, the pikemen moving in again. That's what the Onager were for, and that means the main goal is no longer safe. DraCoNT, 14 military units doing 2-hand swordsmen, but doesn't have so many military units on the field, only producing now with a lot of long swordsmen in 3 barracks. That's not enough, you need like 4 or 5 maybe already. Actually, he's got 4, like 2 or 3 more would be good. Not going for Camel Archers at this point, which is surprising to me, because Camel Archers is the go-to unit for the Berbers in my opinion. Halberdiers moving forward, and for now Feanor with a good amount of map control, good amount of villages from both players, and he's moving in to push DraCoNT away from the main gold. So those 2 Onagers actually have done a lot of damage already by releasing the Halberdiers into the middle. Now at this point, champion coming in from DraCoNT, and those halberdiers will die fast with the 200 swordsmen, even though there is not too many of them. And we do see siege workshops coming up forward. How is Feanor going to react? Iron casting here about 2-man saw, but he's not going for standard infantry himself at this point. Obviously his standard inf would be better with the Slavs against Berbers, but let's see what his plan actually is. He's still staying on halberdiers and Onagers. Let me go a little bit faster again and see where this game is actually going. Now the main gold for now covered, so DraCoNT trying to go for the second gold, which is pretty annoying. So maybe could have called an admin even on that. That did not happen. Extra gold here on the map being patrolled by halberdiers, and more Onagers. Now rams coming with captain on the way, iron casting for the champions. But DraCoNT is actually going for the champions, which you could have expected from the Slavs here. But there is so many military units on the field, or there were, that the champions didn't do too much. The Onagers are actually getting a few good shots in, and what is going to happen next? Camel Arch production starting, the second castle on the way. So we are going to see the Berbers unique unit, which makes sense, going towards post-Imperial Age. And DraCoNT trying to clean up the forward here from Feanor with the champions. Actually, they're doing a very good job here. Onagers can't really do a lot. Those capped rams are going to be strong, but not against champions. And DraCoNT for now is alright. It's okay. Inside his map, 22 idle villages is a problem, but not a too big one. And Feanor with a lot of food and gold in the bank, but what is he going to do with it? 649 stone, that's a little bit annoying. Could go for a castle actually, but the stone is mine now, and he is not taking the main stone at this point here. Now those villagers will die. Nice job with the halberdiers. Feanor anticipated this, sent the halberdiers before. Rashida are coming in blast furnace. Are you going for standard infantry? No, only helps. Probably against the Camel Archers. Did not want to invest into the standard infantry because the Camel Archers would take them down. And instead I think we should see siege ram very soon if it's not done. I haven't seen siege rams yet, and the halberdiers is just standing around, so Feanor is going to go with the halberdiers only at this point, and a little bit of siege, but the Camel Archers, soon to be elite hopefully, will be able to take care, even with the massed halberdiers, especially when there's champions around. Onagers not going to be too strong against the elite Camel Archers. We've seen how good they can be microed. Another siege workshop coming up in the back. Elite Camel Archer on the way. Siege Onager from Feanor. This is huge. So we're going to see the elite Camel Archers against siege Onagers in action. I hope at least. Chemistry in the way. I'm not sure how this is going to end here. The champions will go down to the Onager shots, and there is Camel Archers now moving towards the third gold. Good job here for DraCoNT with a nice rating. Siege Engineers coming in, Chemistry and Blast Furnace to make the champions even stronger. I guess they are almost fully upgraded. They are actually. The Elite Camel Archers not yet, missing a few defensive upgrades, but it's not a big problem. And now Siege Archer soon to be done. Siege Engineer is done, and that means Halberdier and Siege Archer, the classic like Celts combination in almost any game, is going to try and defend from, wow, big shot. DraCoNT did not pay attention, from the Elite Camel Archers. McGrabby Camels on the way as well. DraCoNT almost no gold. He's finally taking the main gold again. I guess he should re-wall this, maybe even get fortified wall. I guess that's available for the purpose. Another castle coming up to cover the extra gold, because Feanor is not there any longer. And this is a pretty good game actually, where DraCoNT is mostly defending, but he's going with more and more of his standard units. Hussar to be able to snipe Siege Archers, I guess, and he needs more Elite Camel Archers to be able to face this. Siege Archers are just very strong, and DraCoNT in danger of losing the 2 relics inside his monastery, and Trebuchet moving forward to attack the castles. Where's your military units? 36 only, that's mostly Elite Camel Archers, and a few champions still on the field. Feanor resources looking okayish, good amount of food in the bank, not so much gold either. And now we're waiting for that deciding attack, where the Elite Camel Archers may go around, try to snipe a few of those onagers. Is DraCoNT actually going to move in? I think he needs smaller groups. Nice attack round, but the first Siege Archers getting attacked. Ooh, big shot, and a lot of Elite Camel Archers going down, double big shot. This is bad for DraCoNT. Actually, Feanor about to win the second game if DraCoNT is not paying more attention, and he needs to use smaller groups of Elite Camel Archers, in my opinion. Now that castle is getting attacked by 3 trebuchets, so many Siege Archers here, and the Halberdiers actually with a good amount of damage on pretty much everything. They are a very strong meat shield here. Redemption Illumination coming up to maybe face Bombard Cannons, I guess, but I think DraCoNT can't really afford the Bombard Cannons right now. He's still producing Elite Camel Archers, but that's only 2 castles, and he needs to find an answer to Siege Archers right now. A good micro maybe, Hussars maybe, but that's not happening at this point. Let's go a little bit faster again. And see, yeah, there's a few Hussars moving in. This is a good idea. That's 1 Siege Archer going down, and 2 Hussars dying fast. Masonry Hoardings coming in from Feanor is going for a lot of upgrades. Chain Barding Armory, let's see what he's planning to do. Maybe he's going for his own Hussars, or at least Lightheadcraft. Not sure if those are available for Slavs. And the Elite Camel Archers trying to snipe a few of the Halberdier, and they're going to be successful because the Siege Archers are too far away. And DraCoNT with a lot of resources, but he's not using them. He's sitting on 2k food, 1k 5 gold, and losing more and more Elite Camel Archers. You don't need to go too close to Siege Archers. This is not the micro we expected. More Siege Archers hitting the Elite Camel Archers, and DraCoNT actually calling GG with that amount of resources in the bank. He was not able to mass the Elite Camel Archers, didn't go for Bombard Cannons. I think he could have won the game if he went for Elite Camel Archers earlier, stopped this push, but Siege Archer was a really nice idea for Feanor. And like this, Feanor going into the 2-0, and we're going into a match game. Turks against Britons. Actually, Britons, one of the few civilizations probably that considered better on arena than Turks. Let's see how this game is going. As you can see, very close towards one another, Feanor and DraCoNT. Feanor lost the scout very early on, but both players can actually access this part of the map, and both players can access the big part of the map. So I guess this is not technically bugged. Nobody called for an admin or maybe they did and did get a no from G-Man. I think I wasn't around at that time. So let's see if Feanor doesn't really know a lot about his map. He's up to Feudal Age, so it's going really early on. Main stone forward for him, second stone outside, second gold outside. Or is it the third gold? I don't know. The main gold really forward, which is not good. Second stone outside. Actually, it's the second and third gold. The third he cannot see. Cannot see the relics. He cannot see these extra golds inside his bag, or can he? Actually, his sheep scouted that. That's good. And he's on the way to Feudal Age, so he's going aggressive here with villagers. Actually saying, hello, I'm there. Barracks coming up from DraCoNT, and DraCoNT is up to Feudal Age really early on as well. 25 population, not so early, but he's going to be able to wall behind this for now. Watchtower coming up with only 1 villager. I think he should build more, but this stone wall should not, if it's going down, it's not a big problem. And Barracks coming up for DraCoNT. Let's see, are you going for an archery range immediately? I think you should. Go for a stable? No, archery range is good. Stable maybe else, but archery range is a good idea. And where's the stone actually for DraCoNT here? Second stone safe in the back. He can see this. This is good. Can he see? No, there's no extra resources, extra berries here. Actually, the main gold safe in the back, which is nice. The main stone on the side as well as the second and third gold. So this side may be really important later on if the game is going longer. And now Feanor is saying, let's try to go in. This is going really fast. Actually, Loom coming up from DraCoNT. Makes sense, and after that he may even click up to Castle H, waiting for Blacksmith to finish. Actually, another watchtower on this right-hand side, but a nice quick wall up coming in. I think Palisade Gate would be better here. And DraCoNT clicking up, gonna be able to, going to Castle H at 1521, should be able to get a siege workshop up or a few of his own towers. Let's see Feanor going for a few more farms now. Of course, he's going to try and go up as fast as possible. This is more Arabia-like. And a little bit of archer production starting with one arch tower being up already. I think DraCoNT maybe even expected this and is saying, okay, I can defend from that. I'm going with archers and later on probably siege. 6 villagers on gold right now. 1 archery range should be enough. And of course, these archers are going to have the extra range. He is actually going out with the archers to maybe try and go with the siege tower later on. That would be really awesome. I guess Feanor won't expect this. I mean, we've seen that before, so it's possible. And villagers now going through the palisade wall, and DraCoNT stopped archer production for now. I guess he needs to go for upgrades. The siege workshop should come up really early on now to stop more push from Feanor. And rest that happening. 200 wood. That should be enough for the siege workshop. Coming up behind the watchtower, good idea. We are going to see crossbowman upgrade coming in, and possibly fletching at least, because no fletching done. But these crossbows have 5+1 range already, so just for better attacks maybe. Feanor really going forward, is destroying this piece of the wall, but it doesn't really help him. He needs to go with more towers probably. He's got 254, 56, 64 stone in the bank, and actually going with a nice palisade here to make sure that DraCoNT cannot go into the siege tower. Can DraCoNT see this? No. And the siege tower coming in. Siege tower denied. Wow, this is gonna be huge. I guess it should be denied. I'm gonna keep an eye on the villages. No, did Feanor actually drop the villages back? Don't see it, but DraCoNT can now see, oh, that's not going to work, I cannot go through this, and he's saying there's a weak point in this wall, let's try and attack it. Feanor is saying, no, not happening, with a stone wall coming up behind that, and the villagers actually one going down, but that means we have DraCoNT with a mangonel coming up. He needs to work his way through that. And now Feanor is actually the one who went up with an aggressive tower rush, but has to defend at this point. And the crossbowman actually going in, a few shots only with the mangonel. That means Feanor right now in trouble. This watchtower is going to go up, but cost the villager here, I guess. And that woodline is not safe any longer. This woodline could be attacked very soon, because the crossbowman is just going to run away from the tower to attack the next woodline. Of course, loom has been done for Feanor, that's something for him. But he's going to lose the watchtowers here. That mangonel should be able to take care of this one. And in this woodline, a lot of villagers may die as well. There's at least one going down. I guess the second villager on the way down. Is this villager going to die? Yes. Another watchtower is protecting 5 villagers, but it's not doing a lot. It's not protecting the woodline. Wheelbarrow coming from DraCoNT. DraCoNT going with another mangonel to take down the next watchtowers here. And going with extra TCs? No, not for now. It doesn't really need it. He's on the second stone here in the back. Is this the producing crossbowman? Not either, but the crossbowman just standing around, going to get killed by the villagers. So Feanor said, no, I'm not going to allow this. Also clicked up to Castle Age 2030 is a good timing actually, or decent timing. He's gonna stable up. A lot of villagers on gold right now, but Feanor is ahead and he is in a comfortable position, I think. Sorry, not Feanor. DraCoNT is in a comfortable position, I think. The siege tower is still up to maybe drop more crossbowmen around on the other side, and he's also still very pretty walled, let's call it that. Prettily walled, maybe. This map is stupid. Yes, I guess. I don't know. Is this good? My last wing was perfect. My main being able to read within your wall. Yeah, that's a little bit unfair. Maybe there should be a rule change here as well. I don't know, but yeah, what can you do? They're playing, of course, or they have played this. The siege tower is going down, and the knight's actually going away here. Gold money and peerage coming from DraCoNT. This is huge. He's gonna go for the long remain. He's got a lot of stone in the bank already, and Feanor a lot of gold in the bank. Going with a castle now, probably to try and go for Janissaries, but he's not gonna be able to click up to Imperial Age anytime soon. He's gone with a second TC here. Does not know that Feanor is actually that DraCoNT is actually on 1 TC only. Market now coming up, and this castle will die fast, because once DraCoNT's castle is finished, we're going to see trebuchets. Now Feanor actually bought his way up to Imperial Age, but DraCoNT is there a lot earlier. Trebuchet coming in immediately. Bracer on the way. Does he have a few more crossbowmen on the field? No, actually pretty much nothing. There's 2 mangonels, and I'm not sure what else there is. Double walls coming up here on the left hand side. Makes sense. Maybe he's afraid of more siege towers as well. The Janissaries inside. But this castle needs to be repaired now, and the trebuchet cannot get attacked at all. There's the second trap coming up. And a second castle actually on the front here, not protecting the gold, so I'm a little disappointed to not see it on the left hand side, but alright, a few outposts here for Feanor, it makes sense. And now DraCoNT saying let's take down this gate and go in. The main gold had to be abandoned by Feanor already. He's taking the second gold. Does he know? DraCoNT does not know. Feanor does not know about his third gold. That's the disadvantage of losing the scout early on. Maybe shouldn't have gone for that fight. Now bombard cannons on the field, which makes sense with Turks here, but those longbow 5+5 range are going to be good. Monks going down, the knights actually falling. The bombard cannons need to go back here. Longbow moving forward a little bit. And now 3 trebuchets on the way towards, I guess, siege workshop and barracks next. Siege workshop first. And there's 2-3 bombard cannons, but nice micro here from DraCoNT this time. Going with the longbowman and trying to snipe everything they can. I think Cav Archers is maybe not the perfect counter here at this point in the game, but what can counter the longbowman? Maybe Hussars, but I think Feanor doesn't have the farms, doesn't have the food to go. Hussars really. Ballistic spray saw on the way for him, so he actually wants to go for the Cav Archer. Interesting to see. Fully upgraded, they may be able to give a good fight to those soon-to-be elite longbowmen, or not elite, but yeomen coming in, so 5+6 range incoming. Bloodlines on the way, and Cav Archers getting a little bit stronger. Still, there are so many longbowmen, 6+4 attack, and that 11 range, this is huge. Feanor collected 4 relics, but lost them now. And of course, DraCoNT is going for his extra gold, which Feanor probably can't see, and if he can, how are we going to attack this? He can see the extra gold being mined. Trebuchet is moving forward again. The TC went down. That means only 1, maybe 2 TCs left. Yeah, that's the second TC coming up from Feanor. But Feanor is in a horrible position right now. And now he's moving into the Cav Archers with the hand cannoneers. There's actually not so many longbowmen around. This is going to be enough to actually take down all the longbowmen with the Cav Archers. 70 against 35 HP. That's the biggest difference here. And actually, Feanor looks like he's gonna clean up at least a little bit of DraCoNT's army. But DraCoNT is sending more longbowmen from behind. And now the Cav Archers are gone. Feanor, not so much gold in the bank, trying to micro the bombard cannons against the trebuchets. Not looking bad, but that one bombard cannon will go down to the longbowmen probably. The trebuchets all going down, so DraCoNT actually losing most of his army, which is not too good for him. And Feanor at this point fighting back, which is nice to see. He's found a third gold as well. That's good. He's going for more buildings. Let me check what he is planning to build. Archer range is coming up, but he's still against longbowmen. And let's see, DraCoNT cannot go for a lead, but is creating more and more of those longbowmen. A lot of them queued up inside those castles. No extra TCs for him at all. I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest. He could afford extra TCs easily. He could also afford to go more farms. And then more villagers, and then maybe elite longbowmen as well. But right now he's concentrating on the push. He's going forward again. He's sniping, killing single villagers. This wood line is in danger of getting completely wiped. And those singles and split up longbowmen are actually doing a good job of like being annoying. So Feanor is still not going to win this easily. If he can come back, another TC coming up on the extra stone, which I didn't even show here. But of course Feanor has scouted this in the meantime. Bombard cannons on the way, Cav Archers on the way. It's not heavy Cav Archers. Feanor is low on resources, and DraCoNT should send rams in maybe, or even, I don't know, mangonels. Onagers would be nice. Won't be able to afford them, I guess. Trebuchets is the easy way to go. And now the archer range is getting attacked. I guess you need to drop the bombard cannons out as soon as you can to try and get rid of that annoying trebuchet. Another castle coming up forward, and this is huge. Elite longbowmen on the way. So right now they have 6+6 range. They are fully upgraded except for the defensive upgrades, and I guess those will come in very soon. Again, Feanor trying to fight this with the Cav Archer. 0+6 is a very, very strong pierce armor for the Cav Archers, but the longbowmen getting dropped into the castle, getting dropped out behind that, and DraCoNT is taking his time to actually try and take down everything from Feanor. Feanor is fighting back as good as he can. He's got more villages actually, but I feel DraCoNT with the map control, the elite longbowman on the field, has the advantage still. He's got the score lead obviously, and KD better for Feanor, but DraCoNT is controlling this game completely. He's taking the extra golds, or second and third gold, without any troubles, and dropping the longbowman in the castle when he needs to actually attack these Cav Archers. Now he's collecting the relics, which is a good idea. Scale building arm on the way from Feanor, who is recovering in his resources and get a little bit more, but now he's losing bombard cannons and elite longbowmen getting microed against the Cav Archers. There's not enough of them, 30 against 14 military units. Sipahi coming in. What does that upgrade do? I forgot about it. Chain barding armor. Actually, that's the plus how many HP? 40 HP for the Cav Archers. So right now those Cav Archers are actually really tanky, but is it going to be enough? Trebuchet getting placed there to destroy the watchtower, and this woodline had to be abandoned already. There is 49 military units, that's almost only elite longbowmen. How are we going to stop this at this point? Feanor does not have the resources, does not have the military to counter this. He's going with Hussars now because he can afford. He has a few farms in the back here, is a few farms on the outside, which DraCoNT probably didn't scout or see yet. Scale bearing on pikemen coming in. Now I guess DraCoNT may have seen some stables. Can you see them? Not here. I can see one stable here and saying, okay, probably we're going to see Hussars, so why not just prepare the counter? Halberd on the way. And DraCoNT with 102 villagers, I guess he's not on 1 TC any longer. Hussar raiding actually on these goats. Second TC is the third TC for DraCoNT. He's actually wanted to grab that relic, I guess. And he's going for the lead longbowman, but he's stopping at this point to maybe try and defend, to maybe not lose the trebuchets here. Big fight happening again with the Cav archers and Hussars moving in, but a very nice fighting spot here for the elite longbowman. And for now, DraCoNT still have a lot more military units. He is fighting from a distance. Those Cav archers, they are doing a good job, but they are dying too fast, I guess. And now the Hussars moving in. There's a few Halberdies around, so not all of those longbowmen will die to the Hussars. And right now, there's only like a dozen military units from Feanor. This is not looking good for him. DraCoNT, a lot of wood in the bank. Actually, too much for my taste. That's not a big problem because they're still controlling Feanor here. Feanor's outside base is not getting raided at all. Maybe that would be an alternative for DraCoNT here. Horsecolor coming in from DraCoNT now. Wow, that's strong. Really? Horsecolor at, what was that, 58 minutes into the game? Better late than never, but oh my god, could have won that game before, I guess, if he had Horsecolor. And now he's starting to kill villagers in the back base here. This is not looking good for Feanor. He's going to lose a lot of those villagers. He's trying to counter-attack again, to counter-raid with the Hussars and a few Cav archers, but it's not going to be able to go in for now. And the other side, those elite longbowmen are taking so many villagers down. I don't know if Feanor even saw this. The TC falling, and I guess now you only need to send a few of the Halberdiers in as well to actually clean this completely. Those 6 elite longbowmen are not getting attacked. Feanor right now calling GG because the elite longbowmen, the bigger group with the Halberdiers, is approaching the outside economy. And DraCoNT fighting his way back into the set. 2-1 right now. Let's see for the next match game between Feanor and DraCoNT here. Both players picked Mongols over Franks or Vietnamese. So let's see how this game is going. Mongols mirror match. We have Feanor with the main gold on the side, somewhat backish, not too bad. Second gold safe in the back, main stone safe in the back. The third gold forward but inside, so actually pretty decent map here. And the second stone close to his map but outside on that little corner piece here. This corner could be hopped, but yeah, there's not, I guess he had 2 deer, maybe 3, I didn't really see it. DraCoNT in purple again with the main stone and the main gold safe in the back. This is nice for him. Second stone also safe in the back. He probably had something deer or boar outside, and we rolled this second and third gold though outside and forward. Not too nice the second and third golds, but it's a decent map as well, with one relic somewhat in between the two players. This one closer to DraCoNT and number 3 also closer to DraCoNT here. We have then one in a neutral zone more or less, maybe a little bit closer to Feanor, and this one is close to Feanor's base. DraCoNT is up to Castle Age first in this Mongols war. Let's go faster now. Find out what the players are actually going to do and how this game is going to go, actually. We have Feanor up to Castle Age as well. DraCoNT is doing a lot of nothing here. No, he's going for a TC. It's actually main TC and a main gold coming up, but looks like he wants to go for an early castle. The question is, are you going forward, or is it going to be a defensive castle with a few Mangudai then? Looks like Feanor went for stables. No surprise, to be honest, with the Mongols here. And a siege workshop is up for him, as well as the monasteries. He's going to start and try to collect those relics. He's going with an extra TC on the main stone, and possibly another TC, maybe here on the woodline, and that second gold would be a nice position. For now, not happening, of course, because the Mangudai came up first. Castle coming up, actually. Strange position, but this DraCoNT has a wide map, so I guess the castle position is okay. It's not too close to the wall, so the Mangudai cannot stop it actually. And he's going to be able to defend with Mangudai most likely, with the second TC up and running. A lot of farms around it already. And he should go for a 30C very soon as well. Needs a bit more wood for that probably. Or maybe he's gonna go 2 TCs and 2 castles actually. Fletching coming in. And the Mangudai of course attacking this house immediately. The scouts attacking this wall. That's not really helpful, I guess. And Mangudai production is still going over on DraCoNT. He's not really hurrying to get more Mangudai out. He's producing at maximum speed. Boat killer on the way though, so he's going actually to with a lot of upgrades here. And Feanor with 6 villagers behind. Surprising for for me, Loom coming up, but it's got a third TC up now on the wood line. Wait, that's the third? Yeah, and the second TC. A few farms around. Not sure if he can sustain village production already. That's not too many farms yet. And of course he went with those scouts. Now the Manga are gonna fight actually knights and scout. But this is open, so Feanor should not go too far away. DraCoNT, sorry. And Feanor should not leave his Manga too far behind. DraCoNT now saying, okay, let's try and catch him in my base. Two sides, and there's those Mangadai moving forward, dodging one shot, and the Mangadai is going down fast. Few hits on those Mangadai, but not too many, and that means the Knights and Scouts should try to go back. That's ooh, nice catch here, but I think yes, DraCoNT should have gone into that little choke point and to try to snipe Knights and Scouts. Here it's not going to happen. Feanor deciding to go back, and DraCoNT for now is safe. Feanor, of course, going with more villagers from these TCs, but housed on 55 population. A lot of gold in the bank. He's got 2 relics already. DraCoNT did not go for a monastery here, which is interesting for me. Still producing Mangadai, and with 2 TCs, University coming up, but no 3rd TC. So it's a little bit surprising to me that he's 9 villages ahead, actually. It's 10 right now. Guess he did not do wheelbarrow yet. DraCoNT doing wheelbarrow now. And Feanor probably invested into the Knights and Scouts a lot, so that means probably idle TC time for a little bit. And now Feanor's stealing all the relics because DraCoNT is saying, no, I don't need them. I guess it would have been better to go for those relics and at least try to get 1 or 2 in. The Mangadai now moving forward, and let's see how Feanor is going to fight those, or if he's actually going to do it. He's going with 2 Manganals right now. He's not going with more villages because he's housed in 75 again. Cartography coming in. Right, never know what that upgrade is. There is nothing University. Not in Blacksmith, any eco upgrade? No, no TC upgrades. I guess it's just a bug here. Second castle coming up next to the first one, and DraCoNT is going up to Imperial Age. This is huge, so he's gonna go with trebuchets probably, and is not going to finish this castle. Wow, this is huge. Why not? Barracks coming up. He's got enough stone for that castle, for the second castle actually. But maybe he wanted to put in a more defensive or more aggressive position, don't know. Actually coming up now in front of the main TC, I guess that's where the first castle should have been somehow. Going with the stable at this point to get bloodlines possibly for the Mangadai, as well as the Parthian tactics and Thumbring later on. So it looks like DraCoNT is going all Mangadai here, and that's of course what we expect. While Feanor not going up to Imperial Age yet, instead investing into bloodlines. He's got enough stone for castles soon. And he's going in with those Knights plus 2 defense, bloodlines soon to be finished, and 3-4 Manganels. Now we're going to see a little bit of a fight here inside DraCoNT's base. Can Feanor actually do the damage, delaying his Imperial Age? But it looks like DraCoNT is not gonna be panicking or anything. Instead he's going even outside with the Mangadai to go Bracer Chemistry. Now it's up to Imperial Age, and possibly with the Trebuchet at least. Is that trap coming up? No, going for Mangadai only. And now he's going to start and snipe those Manganels. 3 going down, 4 going down. He didn't even lose a single Mangadai here. Only took a little bit of damage, but 80 HP, that's huge. Now he's gonna lose 1 to conversion possibly, or not. And that's really good fights. Now the Knights moving in between the 2 castles, that's not a good fighting position. Feanor finally clicked up to Imperial Age, but his castle age aggression did a lot of nothing. And DraCoNT really strong right now with 22 against only 2 military units, now going with the Trebuchet. And he's going to start and attack Feanor very soon. Feanor going with the castle at home, University coming up for him, and archer ranges. No, monastery, archer range. That's the plan here. I guess saving the relics is step number 1, and then trying to go with Mangadai later on. Path and tactics on the way, very important for those Mangadai. And Boatkin arrow ballistics coming in for Feanor. DraCoNT looking good here with now still 2 TCs, I guess, and he's now 15 villages behind, but it's not a big point. The big point is that the Mangadai are actually inside Feanor's base, starting to attack this house, because why not? And now Feanor is securing these relics, going with the second castle. Problem is there's 2 trebuchets already hitting the first castle, and Feanor is not going for any Mangadai right now. I guess he is expecting to not be able to mass enough of them. Instead going for elite skirmishers. What do you do? Nomads coming in? Is that for not losing the housing population once the castles are going down, or is it only for houses? I don't know. Conscription and Bracer on the way for these elite skirmishers, so he's going to fight elite Mangadai, or no, not Mangadai elite, but Mangadai with elite skirmishers for now. I guess he needs to add hussars later on, and then possibly some siege. This castle He's going down, and DraCoNT actually clicking Elite Mangudai before 35-minute mark. Good job for him. He's taking the fight with Elite Skirmishers because there's not enough of them. And DraCoNT has taken out one castle already. He's soon to be able to take down the second castle as well. Elite Mangudai upgrade is finished, and that means Feanor actually is in trouble. Now DraCoNT may need to add in some light cav maybe, but he's still taking the fights. The trebuchet is now hitting that on the castle, and as soon as the castles are gone, the Mangudai can go in and try to release hell on the woodlines, on the farmers, on everything could raid. And Feanor is not looking good here. Looks like DraCoNT is taking this to game number 5, coming back from 2-0, and I don't know how Feanor will come back from this, because Elite Skirmishers only are not going to do the trick. Definitely not. And DraCoNT actually engaging here. I don't think it's the best fight he could take. I think he needs some light cav as well. But Feanor is not able to get too many militarians out, sitting on 1k full gold, can't do anything with it, no castles. So calling game here, and we are going into the deciding game number 5. The last game is a mirror matchup. We have a Britain's War here. Let's go over the maps quickly. Feanor with a relatively good map as far as I can see. Deer inside, which is awesome. Main stone on the side, but pretty safe in the back. The main gold actually forward, the second gold forward inside, or I guess technically that's the third gold. The second stone forward is outside. The second gold and an extra gold safe in the back, and Feanor can actually see those. This is good for him. Very nice woodline as well. And with the Britain's War, we don't have like Britons against Turks, which we've seen before. Both players going up to feudalage at exactly the same time. Barracks coming up for Feanor. Let's check for DraCoNT. Barracks coming up as well. He's got no back base, which is not too nice for him. Main gold forward, main stone on the side forward, second stone forward outside, the second and third gold on the left hand side outside as well, so the map really not too nice for him. Don't know if they had more restarts, I guess not. And we have one really close to his base here, this one not so far away, extra berries actually, extra gold on the left hand side, another relic here in a neutral zone, this relic closer to Feanor, and this one closer to DraCoNT. Both players on the way to Castle Age, again almost at exactly the same time, but only almost. Stable up for DraCoNT. Feanor going with archer range, so that's the difference actually. This could be interesting, because I haven't seen Britain's War archers and scouts in Castle Age too often. I don't really remember time, and I really don't know what's the better choice here. I've seen Britain's War with double stable, for one stable for each player. And now let's see how the players are going to do in Castle Age. How many TCs are we going to see? I think nobody's in stone. DraCoNT is not on stone, Feanor is not on stone. Doesn't really make sense to go early Castle Age longbows, I guess. And both players are up. There is a TC coming up on the main gold here for Feanor, and another TC as well as a monastery. Another TC coming up, probably somewhere in the back between that gold and the woodline. That's an okayish TC, I guess. DraCoNT going with the TC on the woodline and one TC. Ooh, this is dangerous. Forward on the main gold, but there is crossbows already against knights. So scouts and knights against crossbow, and one knight going down. Those crossbows are actually dying. They have the +1, the fletching. The TC probably going up. And that means both players on 3 TCs each. Monastery coming up from DraCoNT a little bit later. He had to invest into the knights, that means investing food. But of course, Feanor had to invest gold into those crossbows. I guess crossbow is a little bit easier. The upgrade costs as well. And now Feanor is starting to take the first relic in. He had the first monk here, second on the way. And a few crossbowmen still on the field. In the meantime, both players are happily mini-booming with 3 TCs for now. And getting more farms up. Housed on 50 again. Feanor getting housed quite a little bit here, actually. And I probably didn't see all the times he was housed. I probably didn't see all the times DraCoNT was housed either. Now the Mangonel coming forward with the siege workshop up. And that means we're going to see more fights with crossbows against the Mangonel. This could be dangerous. Nice. Picking up the relic here. Feanor now trying to go back. And the crossbowman microing. Nice shot against the Mangonel. 2 crossbows going down actually. This Mangonel just standing there doing nothing. But it's the same range at this point. No, Bodkin actually done. So right now Feanor has the range advantage. And that means the knights need to act as a meat shield. It's not happening. The first Mangonel is down. Good job here by Feanor. Nice split against the Mangonels. And again, no crossbowman going down yet. This Mangonel is going to get repaired. Maybe. Yes, the villagers in time. In the meantime, both players are actually going towards Imperial Age, I guess. Feanor with good resources. I didn't even check that. DraCoNT, not so much food in actually. He had to invest a little bit more. Going with archer ranges now. It looks like he wants to go in Castle Age a little bit longer, and the crossbow now moving towards the second stone here, which is forward. 2 relics against 2 relics, so both of 2. DraCoNT can see the last relic, Feanor can't. That's why Feanor is not going for it right now. But Feanor is clicked up to Imperial Age, and this is huge because DraCoNT is nowhere close to doing Bodkin over now. But with Imperial Lich coming in with Bracer and Arbalest. I think DraCoNT may be in trouble. Feanor with a very good build here, and looks like the crossbow were better than the Knights and Scouts in Castle Age, or maybe DraCoNT needed to invest a little bit more. But look at this, nice micro against the Mangonel, which is getting repaired in the last second. Good job here for DraCoNT this time. Elite Skirmisher and Ballistics in the way, Ballistics also from Feanor. The problem is Feanor is gonna have the Arbalest ready in Imperial Age, and then he may even have the time to switch into Elite Longbowman. Now we have crossbowmen for both players, +1 defense actually done for Feanor, so he's got a little bit of an advantage here, and now it's up to him going for Arbalest, Bracer and Chemistry immediately, and that means DraCoNT is actually in trouble for now. Early Imperial Age will be very crucial here, and I think he's going with more and more Elite Skirmishers and a few crossbowmen as well, but here we go, Arbalest taking down Mangonels fast, the Elite Skirmishers getting sniped from distance, and actually Feanor is microing here, could even send a few monks maybe. The Knights are going to attack the Elite Skirmishers, but double conversion. Nice castle in the middle from DraCoNT, and he's clicked up to Imperial Age now, while Feanor doesn't have the stone for a castle, and that's a problem in my opinion. I think he should have gone for a stone a little bit early on. He's got a lot of villagers in gold, it's actually too many. If that was stone, would be a lot better. DraCoNT managed to buy the time he needed to click up, and now the early imp time is gone, and Feanor for now is okay, he's safe at home, and he is waiting for more upgrades, I guess. But DraCoNT is safe as well. A few Elite Skirmishers. Where's the Arbalest gone? Are they all dead, actually? No, there's no Arbalest left. I guess he lost them all here in that fight. Didn't even see that, really. Now Elite Skirmisher fight happening. There's Archarmer coming in. Imperial Age soon to be done, and Feanor still not going for a castle yet. He's got a stone now. Where's the main stone? Was somewhere here in the back. And he's putting that castle in between the TCs. I think it's a nice castle spot, to be honest. Cannot be attacked easily, and you can produce Longbowmen or Trebuchets safely. Now DraCoNT has... no, it doesn't have more military units. He has more on the field here in the open, but on the left hand side a few Elite Skirmishers, I guess, trying to take a few villages down, and DraCoNT may be in a hard time to secure these golds. Now there's a town center coming up for him, that's a nice idea. He's got a few rams ready and doing capture and chemistry right now. Elite Skirmisher +3 is the Bracer, yes. And what now? Interesting. One PoE went till 34.29 and the other is starting at 34.30, so I can actually continue to cast here. I'm happy about this because I just downloaded those from Woobly. Didn't know that that can happen. Interesting. I hope this is happening more often, because if there's only one drop I can download both players' files and just go for it. Now DraCoNT is going for it with cap rams to attack the gate, and quick walls coming up behind. I have a lot of Elite Skirmishers on the left hand side. Elite Skirmishers going to deny the town center, only 2 villagers. This is huge for now. DraCoNT needs to go back to the left hand side, try to fight this, but now the cap rams moving in. TC going down really fast here, and while Feanor has more military units, they are actually off sides on the left hand side, but they can't really do a lot. And Trebuchet now hitting the castle, the captain moving in. This trap may go down even, and the castle I think is doomed right now. Light cap being prepared by Feanor from outside, a lot of stables coming up with the TC on the outside as well. And we know how good light cap are against Elite Skirmishers, and the cap rams will go down too, but the castle is gone. That means Feanor's defense is weakened a little bit, and DraCoNT planned to build a few walls here, is actually going for that right now. And he is going with, let's see, what is the plan next? Not a lot of gold in the bank, just sold some wood and doing Arbalest, but he's not producing any crossbows yet. Now, a few of them coming in actually, because Lightcav will be strong. And do you want to go for pikemen in this match? I don't think so. Maybe for your own Lightcav, that would be an option. Like this, the Lightcav actually stopping the push from Feanor on the left hand side. Feanor securing the TC next, and is going to be able to wall this completely. Probably another TC coming on the left hand side as well. Villager-wise, Feanor is ahead, and that's probably because he's in this, hence the score lead. Maybe like that. Another castle coming up here, interesting. DraCoNT has the trebuchets here. Can you see the castle? He should be able to see it. He's moving in with cap frame again. But there's the light cap waiting, and now a few Arbalest on the field, 5+5 range. How is Feanor going to do? Trebuchets coming up, still Elite Skirmishers. Not so much gold, a second castle inside his base. He should be able to take the extra gold here. He can see it, but he's still taking the second gold in the back here. And DraCoNT almost secured the extra gold now, or the second and third gold. Soon to be completely walled here. Wolf coming in from Feanor, so we're going to see the trebuchets with, what is that, blast damage and better accuracy, something like that. But a lot of cap ram moving forward. The light cap taking care of the cap ram actually. Not enough Arbalest to take them down easy, and looks like DraCoNT still with a good amount of capped ram, while more trebuchets on the way now from Feanor, and he's going to defend with trebuchets apparently. This should be interesting. 1, 2, 3 traps up already. DraCoNT doing masonry, should go for fortified wall as well, and I guess he wanted to make sure that this cannot be cut. I don't know. The trebuchets now hitting the elite skirmishers and Arbalest, so DraCoNT for now is going back. Nice defense actually. Look at this. This is just beautiful, and we are going to see what? Elite skirmishers still being produced now. Feanor is not investing a lot of gold except for the trebuchets. Looks like it's gonna stay on trash actually. Village relic wise 2 against 2, so somebody did not pick up the 5th relic. It's actually still standing in the open field, and we have trebuchet wars now, but we know how this is going to end because Warwolf, look at this, this is going down so fast. Very nice here from Feanor, is looking good with 5 trebuchets now, and I guess DraCoNT did not expect the Warwolf upgrade to work that well. Also light cav still not getting countered here. I think DraCoNT needs his own light cav, maybe. It would be the worst idea. He's got a lot of gold in the bank, he's got enough stone for yet another castle, but he's not going for elite longbowman. I guess got 2 castles, he could actually go for it. That would be interesting. Feanor now saying, let's go for Onager. I have the resources right now. This is a really interesting Britain's fight. I haven't seen something like that in a long time. Usually we're going to see Arbalest or elite longbowman and then somebody winning the game with rams, maybe something like that. Cavalier coming in from DraCoNT. Now I'm not sure if that's the best decision, because you won't be able to produce forever, and maybe you should invest into siege a little bit more. But now the castle is going on, so elite longbowman is really not an option. Of course, a lot of elite skirmishers on the field as well, so maybe not even the best idea at this point. Cavalier starting and +2 defense, so not looking too bad. Problem is, there is those Warwolf trebuchets, and they're taking down pretty much everything. They can, once they aim for a unit, they pretty much hit. Helmody coming in Blast Furnace to counter the Cavalier, that makes sense. Not just behind that, Feanor actually putting up a really nice defense and is starting to counterattack. Nice mining the gold next to each other, purple and yellow. Combined trebuchets taking down siege workshops and everything that is in their range. And now Helmbody's elite skirmishers moving forward. Conscription coming from Feanor, better late than never. DraCoNT, only 900 gold in the bank now, so you still can go for Cavalier, but really wasn't the best idea, I think. Maybe champions would have been good. I would have loved to see champions here against the Helmbody's and elite skirmishers, with elite skirmishers in the backup and a few capped rams. Like this, trebuchet is moving forward, and we are used to seeing this in Japanese war, maybe, we can use trebuchets, but now the Britons can actually do the same, and wow, this is huge. A lot of onagers going down. Good Cavalier fight. It's actually too fast for him right now. And who's winning this? Looks like DraCoNT lost a lot of his military units, and Feanor is still producing trash here. 130 villagers, DraCoNT actually 142. And Feanor still got gold in the bank. Onager coming in from DraCoNT now as well. The Cavalier did their job, but I'm not sure if it was really cost effective. And on light cav moving in, 50 against 11 military units. DraCoNT is not producing enough, or he hasn't been producing enough. Handcart coming in only now from Feanor. Again, better late than never. Villagers going back, and Feanor is starting to push here. On the left-hand side, there's a castle up for DraCoNT with the longbowman, just to be annoying here to that part of the economy. Good job for him. Problem is, he's going to lose this wood line. There's a lot of Helmbody's and light cav now to start and go raiding. Guard tower coming in? Really? No, I don't think that's happening. But DraCoNT calling GG. He knows he couldn't keep up with the military production. He lost a big fight here, and then he wasn't able to produce enough elite skirmishers and whatsoever. And Feanor taking the game. You can see the score difference right now. The KD actually not so so far apart, but the military units in military numbers in huge favor. Like this, 5-gamer, Feanor taking this, but it was a really hard fight. Well played by both, and I hope you enjoyed the series. See you in the next ones. GG.